Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at how to write an English recount. We're going to look at the way you go through it with your class, the different slides that I use when I do it with my class, and how they all work. Now you might think, look at me with my jumper on, I'm not looking like a teacher right now. That's because I don't know what's gone on with this film. I've worked so hard to get this film out there. You will not believe the struggle that I've gone through to get it here. The files got corrupted, some of the footage got lost, I had all this footage of me in my suit talking to you guys about what we're doing, and it's all just gone. So all I'm going to say is, in the description down below, you've got a link to my TES shop. Now in there you can find the PowerPoint I'm going to go through it yourself. It's completely free, so have a look, just let me know what you think about it. If you use it, let me know how it goes, because obviously I know how it works in my class, but your classes are all different, they all work differently, so it might not work for everyone. But yeah. In a sec, you're going to see a video of myself, little face in that corner, and this bit will be covered with the screen with my PowerPoint. I'll be going through it. As I've said, the footage has gone all over the place, so it's not in the best time, but it does go through the majority of the slides and what they do. So bear with it and just let me know. Obviously, I'm going to bring more of these out in the future, but I promise, and I do promise, they'll be better quality in the future. I just want to get this one out there and see how it does, see what people think of it, see if it's something useful for them. So yeah, let me know what you think. Hopefully it'll be understandable, it won't be as bad as I think it might be, and I will see you guys in the next video. This is coming out on a Tuesday, so the next one will be this Saturday coming, all about my morning routine as a teacher. Hopefully you guys enjoy this, hopefully it's some use, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much and enjoy watching. Okay, we're going to go through all the different slides on this PowerPoint now and really focus on the way that I go through these slides to make sure the children are getting the best out of their writing. For some incredible reason, I've just filmed this entire video without realising I didn't hit record on my camera. So I've got all the entire screen recordings all set up, but didn't get anything of my face or my voice. So we're going to go through this again, and hopefully this time I'll film it even better, even more imaginatively, even more excitingly, to really get you guys to focus in on the points I'm trying to get across. If you're enjoying this and you think this is something you want to see a bit more of, then please let me know down below. If it's helped, then tell me why it's helped. If you think I could do something a bit differently, let me know and I'll do my best. So on the screen we've got writing a recount. This is just going through, for the teachers that found this without seeing this video, maybe on my TES shop, which I'll leave a link to down below. It's telling them what we're going to be looking at. So we've got the two full weeks of English lessons, we've got the 2 full weeks of English sessions, and it'll guide you through writing a recount. We've got the features of a recount, the planning stage, drafting a recount, peer assessing, self-assessing, responding to teachers' feedback, and then doing their best copy. This is just going to give you a guide on the types of things we're going to be going through in this lesson. The types of things we're going to be going through in this video. So if you want to skip to a certain part, feel free, but if you're happy to continue watching, I'll take you through each step by step. So the first thing we've got here in lesson 1 is looking at the features of a recount. Now as you can see at the bottom, it's all about finding those features. So you need to make sure you give the class a good example of a recount to go through. Make sure it's got these features in there, or if you want to change them, then feel free to change some of them. But if you're going to add your own in, make sure they're the right features that you're going to be trying to hit in that recount. You want to go through each of these features briefly on the board before giving the children the time to read through the waggle and make sure they understand what they're reading. Once you've discussed the features briefly, then give children a chance on each of the following slides to go through them in more detail. You might want about 5 minutes, which will make about half an hour, as there's 6 different features to look for. If we go through them all together, then we've got first, second and third person on this slide. So the first person obviously is I. If they've done something themselves, then they're going to use the first person to talk about what they did. Second person, we, us. This is talking about the children doing something as a group. So myself along with some others, we did, we went, we did this. Third person is talking about something other people did. So he, she and they. You want to use this for when someone else has done something and you're recounting it. Nothing that you were involved in though. Obviously, that's the first feature they're going to be looking for, so give them a chance to look, pick out the different places where the different persons have been, where the first, second and third person has been used, and make sure they're highlighting and understanding why each one of them has been used. The second one is the past tense. So obviously a recount is going to be written in the past tense. It's already happened, it's over, the children are back at school telling us about it. So, use to talk about something that's already happened. It's done, it's finished. They can get in some really good fronted adverbials here. Last week, yesterday, last year. When they're talking about something that's already happened, they've got to tell you when it happened. So make sure they're getting those in this section. The next feature we're going to be looking at is using the people and the place names. So children have got to be really precise about their recount. They can't go telling a recount about something vague that happened earlier on in the future. They've got to tell you about what happened at that point exactly. So, where did we go? Place name. Who did you sit next to? Get those names in there of the children they were next to. Whose group were you in? Which adult was leading it? Who did you sit with at lunch? They're going to need specific names for that. And who or what did you learn about? So this is where you bring in your topic, your knowledge about the topic and what they were learning about on the trip. Those specific names will give your recount some real emphasis and make sure the reader knows the children and make sure the reader knows that the children know what they're talking about. Next, we're going to be having a look at the time conjunctions. So time conjunctions are really important. They're making sure that your recount flows smoothly and is broad and covers all the different things you did that day. They're going to be needed to link between the different paragraphs, making sure that children know that straight away we did this, immediately we went there, after a while this happened. This will make sure the children's writing is smooth and flows, and that the different time periods that you're talking about link well together. I've left on this slide some examples that you can see here, so they're just used to tell the reader when something happened, so make sure they're getting them in there. The next one we've got is quotations. So the children are going to need to talk about the different things that happened during that event. People are going to say things. The tour guide might say something really interesting. Someone might say something really funny that everyone laughs at. In a recount, you're going to be retelling this story, retelling the events of what happened, so make sure you get it in there. Children are going to need to use inverted commas to highlight this speech. They're going to need to make sure their punctuation, we need to fix that. They're going to need, okay, I've just fixed that because I made a mistake in this slide, but all sorted now, don't worry, I'll link down below the corrected version. They're going to need to make sure that they're going to need to make sure that their punctuation is right around their inverted commas and the punctuation is inside the inverted commas. So be sure to remind them of that when they're looking for these features and show them how it's done correctly. You can see this bit in red. This is just where obviously I would put my name if I was doing this, but you guys will put your name. You're going to need to change little bits throughout these slides to make sure they're personal to your recount. But as a guide, they're a brilliant start. The final feature we're going to be looking at is the details about each event. So look at the time that you arrived at the event, who you were with, exactly what you did. These key details will be really important to show the emphasis that you're putting into this recount and you know what you're talking about. So get these details in there and you'll be on a flying start to writing your recount. That's the end of lesson 1 and we're going to go on to lesson 2 now. Lesson 2 is all about planning your recount, so making sure your plan is out there and you know what you're going to be talking about. On this slide you can see the different things we're going to be talking about in our plan, the 6 different paragraphs and what they're all about. So we've got the introduction, which is telling the reader what you'll be recounting, stating the date of your trip and the reason of your visit. Paragraph 2 is arriving at school, making sure you've got the register sorted, getting on the coach, the journey there. Paragraph 3, the morning at the attraction. So what did you do first? Can you get a quote in there from the morning? What did someone say? And your favourite part, getting that feeling in there, that emotion. My favourite part of this trip was, get that in there. Paragraph 4 is lunchtime. This is one of the favourite parts of kids. This is one of the favourite parts of the day for the children on their school trip. What did they eat? What special snacks did they bring because they weren't at school? Who did they sit with? What happened? All that information can be put in the lunchtime paragraph, and trust me, there'll be enough to write about. It might not seem like it, but kids love writing about their lunchtimes on trips, so get them in there. Paragraph 5, the afternoon session, very similar to the morning. Obviously the kids would have done something different in the afternoon, so include all those details again. What did they learn about? What did they do? Who did they do it with? Quotations are really important here. They can show the things children said, the information the tour guides learned, any funny events that happened.
And that's where it went. I mean, I've got no idea what happened to the rest of that footage.
I was editing it, sorting it all out, getting it all in time, and then the next minute I've come back the next day and it's vanished, gone off the face of the planet. I can't tell you what I've done with it, so unfortunately that's where we're gonna have to end this one. But of course, go to the link down below in the description and you'll find my link to my TES shop where you can download that unit, that PowerPoint for free and have a look through it yourself. I've left notes on all the slides, as I said at the start, so you'll be able to have a look through it and work up for yourself the last few slides. If you've got any questions, by all means, ask me and I'll always respond to you. I've had a great time talking to all the different teachers I've got in contact with recently. So drop me a message in the comments on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you use it, let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear from you all.